on Saturday. A National Weather Service warning of severe thunderstorms in the Detroit area postponed the start time for the Mariners and Tigers. But the thunder came regardless. Welcome to the Dom Skiing Channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's Mize. And the Mariners score a season-high 15 runs, getting a season-high 19 hits, a 355 expected batting average in this one. You small ball it up, take advantage of the long ball, and score 27 runs in just 2 days to begin this series, and which you've already won against the MLB and American League leading Detroit Tigers. And let me tell you, the one time I went to Detroit, it was actually a game against the Blue Jays back in 2019, right after the All-Star break, and Vladdy Jr. hit his first career Grand Slam in that one. But right after Vladdy had hit his first career Grand Slam, it was about the 4th or 5th inning, there was a National Weather Service warning for monsoons in Detroit, and that game got stopped for about an hour or more. My dad and I were there. Everybody exited the seats, went to the concourse. We were like walking around the concourse. We'd never seen anything like this. And we were actually doing a trip through the Midwest, visiting all the ballparks there. So we visited 8 stadiums in the Midwest in 8 days. I'll probably have to talk about this more at some point. But we had a night game in Chicago, night game in Detroit, and we had to drive that entire night after the night game in Detroit ended to get to the day game at Wrigley Field the next day in Chicago. So that's just a great memory of mine. I've seen the monsoons in this stadium, and the one vivid memory I have is Comerica Park. You know, they've got all these different light stuff. It's a cool early 2000s kind of vibe. But the GM Tower is one of, the big part of that Detroit skyline, which you can see from the stadium. It's got a big screen that says GM on the top of it, rectangle type thing. And I remember this monsoon took the GM Tower's power down. The big thing that says GM, the main thing in the skyline, was all messed up from the monsoon. It was displayed like some pixels, but not others. It was actually pretty fascinating, the fact that that's the only time I've ever been to Detroit for a few hours for a baseball game, and I saw the city's biggest piece of their skyline, look broken because of a monsoon. Anyway, so I do know what it looks like. The ball can really fly in this industrial, humid city, even when there's these severe weather warnings. So the thunder comes from the Mariners' bats today, as the Mariners, what they do in this one to get these 15 runs, not only did they do what we know they do well and hit the fastball, but they also punished the mistakes the Tigers pitchers made. They forced the Tigers pitchers all to throw them a fastball most of the time as their primary pitch, and punished the breaking balls when they got the chance. I want to talk about Randy, who absolutely demolished a breaking ball late in the game for his, I don't even know how many it is. It's 8 homers. Since June 30th, Randy Rosarena has hit 8 home runs. He has 16 on the year. From the beginning of the season, March 27th through June 30th, a little over 2 months, he had 8 home runs total. He also had like 4 or 5 in the first 2 weeks of the season. So a huge quarter of the season with almost no homers, which I mentioned during it and I've mentioned now. They come in bunches for Randy. He completely deserves that all-star nod. He is absolutely flying right now. The statistics look amazing right now. 250, 16, and I think 46 RBIs or something like that. If he can end 250, 30, 90 with he's also on pace for 30 stolen bases. That would be more than you could ever ask for from Randy Rosarena. Absolutely an all-star player. And he is just, collecting hits in this game as well. Not to read the box score too much for you guys, but 3 for 5 with 4 runs, Randy Rosarena, and two RBIs in the homer. Cal, the only Mariner not to record a hit in this one, but man, he got a few good opportunities and put the ball less than 10 feet from the wall twice in this one. Almost tied Barry Bonds twice in this one. He has another chance tomorrow. However many at-bats he gets tomorrow, that'll determine where he stands before the All-Star break in terms of homers. JP going 2 for 6, a double, 4 RBIs. Julio 3 for 5, a double. First games with back-to-back home runs this season as he collects another one. And man, that swing from Julio, inside breaking ball, absolutely demolished. Just pulled down the line. the way that Julio's swinging the bat right now, I know I've said in the past I'd love to see him go for more of an iron swing than a driver swing. Maybe shorten up the finish, shorten up the approach going into it. But there's no lumps in Julio's swing right now. I know yesterday I said there was. Angie was talking about how fun it is to watch his approach right now. And I was seeing the lumps before. I've been seeing him get tied up in some knots, but today, absolutely not. Collecting the 3 hits, the double, the homer, a triple shy of the cycle. And I want to look at where this actual pitch was. Because when you look at this late game homer for Julio, it was just a thing of beauty. Gotta go find it. It was Chase Lee was the pitcher. No, that was the sinker. 113.7 miles an hour. This guy just absolutely scorches the ball. It was Kader Montero. No, that was... whoops. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. But Julio hitting these breaking balls, what he looks like when he gets hot, he looks like your friend that swings the golf club like it's a baseball bat. And at the range, sometimes he's making really good contact, but spraying it whichever direction, right? He's the friend with the golf swing that looks like he's trying to hit a home run. And when you go to the range with that friend and they're finding their swing and they're just scorching the ball, that's what Julio looks like right now. It's a complicated swing. It's not something that you could teach, but it's absolutely working at the moment for Julio Rodriguez. Trying to find this Chase Lee and Julio. No, Chase Lee and Julio was not it. Kader Montero versus Julio. This is the one. So it's a hanging slider. He throws him 2 sliders. There's a book on Julio. But the first slider catches the edge of the plate. It's inside the strike zone actually. Then the second one is actually a great pitch in on Julio's hands. That in slider, that's a pitch that pitchers feel very comfortable throwing Julio at the moment, but not anymore because the way that he swung on this one changes the book. It changes the scouting report completely. Now you got to wait for the sequel on the book on Julio because he broke it today. So just absolutely overjoyed to see this before the All-Star break where Julio is focusing on the rest and recovery, which I want to give him massive props for. It helps us more than anything. And then, I want to go back and look at some of these other pitches, like Randy's homer, but, just absolutely perfect. Randy homering on a sweeper that was down and in, just absolutely, to use Angie's verb that she loves to use these days, absolutely touched it. Touched that ball. Homer 16 for Randy on the season. And moving on to talk about the pitchers just a little bit because obviously we have to. George Kirby, 13 swinging strikes on 99 pitches, 90.1 mile an hour average exit velocity. He does get touched a little bit on the 4-seamer, the sinker, the splitter, a few hard hits on those, 6 hard hits overall. And that ERA still sitting at 4.5, but this is probably this is just not exactly what you want to see. The 6 strikeouts to 3 walks, really, that's when we know that Kirby's maybe a little bit off. Or he was just going up against good offense today. But to me, I think that he was just going up against a good offense for the most part. And he got a little bit off rhythm, which he's done a few times this season. Kirby, 99 pitches, 5 innings, 4 earned runs on 5 hits and 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and then allows the 1 homer. Trent Thornton also allows 1 earned run, but gets you 2 innings of bulk relief on 33 pitches. He's quietly just been very, very useful in these innings-eating situations. Bizzardo does give up a bunch here. And late in the game, right, Bizzardo's given up a bunch. 8th inning, bottom of the 8th. And he only ends up getting 1 out in this one throw in 20 pitches. But he's been so good as of late. He just didn't quite have his best stuff today, and the Tigers touched him up for 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks. He does get the 1 strikeout for his 1 out. Gets hard hit 3 times on those 20 pitches. So when you watch it, it was very, very disconcerting to watch. A game that we were leading by a bunch become a 4-run game, and then they load the bases, have the tie and run at the plate. But Matt Brash comes in and gets 2 absolutely crucial outs. Takes him just 4 pitches to do so. he's fooling hitters right now, and that's the main meat and potatoes of what you have to do. Then you look at Taylor Saucedo coming and grab a 9-pitch closeout, not a save, not a win or anything, but Taylor Saucedo, welcome back. Only needs to go 9 pitches, grabs a strikeout on Spencer Torkelson, which Cal did a great job helping him with the framing on that one. And then you look at Casey Mize. Mariners get him out of here after 3 innings. 6 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Allows the homer to Luke Raley. And that Luke Raley homer you got to look at as well, because he absolutely touches a breaking ball. And if the Mariners can just have hitters in their lineup that are constantly putting up good at-bats and putting up good numbers against breaking balls, it's just going to be harder to pitch to us. The book completely changes. And this is just strategy completely. Not only is this game a season high in hits and runs, but it's an amazing sign for things going forward. So I want to go look at Casey Mize, Luke Raley. Splitter, middle, just a little bit to the outside maybe. But Luke Raley just puts an excellent swing on it, and you can see the smile on his face as it left his bat. Great to see him stay hot. And when you look at the averages on this team now, I haven't even mentioned some of the best hitters on this team today. Ben Williamson, 3 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, only strikes out once. Don Canzone, 4 for 5 with an RBI, a double. Demo comes in and scores a run as well as a pinch runner. And then Cole Young, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 walks, no strikeouts. You look at the OPSs on this team, nobody is, Cole Young is the lowest at 614. But again, he is normalizing up with that OPS, having only played months of ball at the major league level. JP Crawford, 4 hard hits on his 6 at-bats. I mean, that's just beautiful to see. Julio, 2 hard hits on 5 at-bats. Cal also with the 2 hard hits. Both almost made it to the wall, or if not over. And then Randy, 3 for 5, 4 runs, 2 RBIs, a homer. And he hit the ball hard twice as well. You look at how we distributed these hard hits. Casey Mize allows 5 on 68 pitches. Cater Montero allows 5 on 56 pitches. And if you were watching this game, you just see we keep taking great at-bats, get a ton of rallies going with no outs, and then we're just playing conservative, yes, because you're not swinging at the breaking balls, you're trying to small ball it up, but also when they threw one over the plate, we were just punishing them. And if you can do this, if you can do this well against breaking balls, divide it up over the next week. We have 3 homers where we absolutely punish breaking balls, especially from guys like Julio, Randy, and Raley. This lineup becomes so much better. So, excellent things to see. We have one more day till the All-Star break, and Cal has the opportunity to tie, if not break, an MLB record. He's already set the AL record in homers before the All-Star break. But excellent signs here. The book is open on the Mariners, and now the book is closed. Finally, the Mariners have hit breaking balls. We punished them, and now you can't make a mistake against this lineup, hopefully. I do see this as a sign of things to come. As soon as it happens, you're not going to forget. It wasn't a mistake that 3 of our hitters did that. And the fact that we've done, scored 27 runs over the last 2 days against the best team in the league, clearly something approach-wise is going very well. And if you watch these swings too, no lumps in the swings, just timing is everything. And the Mariners hitters' timing looks absolutely phenomenal right now. I'm not going to talk too much about why Bizzardo struggled, why Kirby struggled in this one, why we let in 7 runs. It's a long game, delayed. Pitchers had a bit of a weird day, and we've seen that be a pretty regular thing, that if the game is delayed a bunch, that the starting pitchers will, and even the relievers sometimes just will have a weird day, an off day. So not too worried about that. One thing I want to point out, Matt Brash just comes in, throws 4 straight sliders, and gets the highest leverage situation taken care of. 2 outs on those 4 sliders. And then Taylor Saucedo comes in 6 sinkers, 3 changeups. Does get 1 whiff on the changeup as well, even though the strikeout was looking to Torkelson, which was an excellent frame job by Cal. It's a little bit off the plate and low, but Cal snaps it back up in there. And I mean, just excellent to see. We forced all of these Tigers pitchers to go primary fastball, even if they wanted to throw, and Casey Mize wanted to throw a bunch of splitters, we absolutely torched them. Kader Montero wanted to throw a bunch of sliders, we absolutely torched them. Dietrich Enns comes in there, wants to throw some cutters, we torched him. Chase Lee comes in there, wants to throw sweepers, and we torched him, forced him to throw the sinker. If you look at these, Tommy Kahnle comes in, throws 18 changeups to 4 fastballs on 22 pitches because that's kind of who he is, and we torch those as well. And Carlos Hernandez finally comes in, gets a few whiffs on the splitter, and gets us, just gets the day done for the Tigers. But you can't ask for more, not only out of the score and out of the stats, but in between the lines. What the Mariners hitters were doing today was exactly what you've been waiting to see for the last month. That being said, I've been Dom Skeen. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Expect some content over the All-Star break. Let me know exactly what you guys would like to see in the comments down below. And my predictions for tomorrow, also the spring breakout game today. So the spring breakout is what Savant calls it, but it's really the futures game, obviously. The All-Star futures game going on today. Herangelo Sahincha pitched in that. That's just super cool to see. A lot of bright things to talk about for the Mariners today. And tomorrow, Logan Gilbert, Jack Flaherty, another excellent pitching matchup. Could be a playoff preview. But I'm going to go with 8 strikeouts for Logan Gilbert. I think that his swing and miss has been as good as it's ever been since coming back a little over a month ago. So excited to watch him one more time before the break tomorrow. To hit a homer, I'm going to take Julio 3 in 3 days. Even though Randy's also tempting, those two are swinging the bat so well right now. And I mean, Cal, how can you not take Cal? So all 3 of them. Let's say if all 3 of them hit a homer tomorrow, I don't know what I'll do. Tell me in the comments what I got to do. If all 3 of them hit a homer tomorrow, I will, put in the comments if you have an idea of what you want me to do. But I'll be happy. And then the score tomorrow, I'm going to say 11-4. I can't pick this team. Obviously normalization should happen. Let's see. If it's Gilbert versus Flaherty, let's go with 4-2. We'll pretend things are going to normalize tomorrow for both lineups, and the runs won't be quite as high. But that is going to do it for me. I'll see you guys later. Oh, one more thing. You guys remember that Tiger series at the beginning of the year where they kind of manhandled us? And we thought that we were struggling so much. That's kind of when the book started to really open on the breaking balls against the Mariners. And now we realize that the Tigers were just a good team that whole time. It's kind of funny how those things work out. And now we're performing really well against them. They might have the same thoughts, about worrying about themselves right now. And then later on, when we make the playoffs, they might just say, hey, that was a good series against a good team where they played better than us. Funny how these things work out. That's baseball. I will see you all tomorrow. Go M's.